Hey, sir, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
Welcome to Big Al's Car Audio. I'm Big Al.
Hey, nice to meet you, Al.
What's your name?
Steve.
Steve, well, welcome to the store. I see you drove a really awesome Jeep to see us today.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just got
That's
it.
nice, man. Looks like 37s. It's lifted up.
You
got
hit
some
it.
custom paint on it.
Yep,
Light
got
bar. You got all the
Kevlar.
goodies. Kevlar. Oh, very cool. You, what do you do with that thing?
I take it to the beach, up to the mountains to ski, that type of thing.
Yeah, cool. So what brings you in the store today?
Well, that's the thing. It's so jacked up, and
Yeah.
that big wheel on the back, it's tough to see. So I was wondering if you had anything, cameras or something that can help me out.
Absolutely, we do. And, a camera is only as good as a screen that's in the dash that shows it. And
I don't have a screen in my dash.
Well, let me show you something that we just got in for your particular vehicle. We actually carry the Alpine Restyle product, which is the biggest, baddest in-dash screen you can possibly buy for your Jeep. And it's custom made just for your Jeep.
It's going to fit?
It's going to fit. And it looks beautiful. You want to see it?
Yeah, sure.
Here it is right here. This is Alpine's brand new 9-inch in-dash Restyle system.
Wow.
Big, right?
That's really big.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that this is going to fit in my dash?
Yeah. Now this particular one's for a GM truck, but we also have one for a Wrangler, which I'll show you in a minute. The thing about this system that makes it unique, obviously the screen. This is the biggest aftermarket screen that you can get. But it's beyond just a screen, because as you can see, all the buttons and the trim are integrated into the dash. So it fully integrates the system, and it also gives you hard keys for the most used functions. Things like your audio, your navigation. Those are just a hard key press away so that you can pull that up really easily. Now, obviously, this system is very full-featured. It really has a lot of different types of sources and media inputs. A good example of that, you mentioned a camera. Really key in a lifted vehicle like your Jeep. This particular one has a camera button on it. So I can physically pull up the camera like this, and you can see how nice and big and bright that camera looks on that 9-inch screen.
That's cool.
And of course, every time you put the vehicle in reverse, you're going to get that camera image as well. So you have two ways to access it. You also mentioned Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a really key feature in these units. You have two different types of Bluetooth integration. You have audio streaming to be able to stream any kind of music from your phone, for example. And of course, the hands-free connection. We have a dedicated button for that too. So you tap that, and it'll actually bring up your most used call list. So you can actually set 4 different presets in here with 4 people that you call the most often. And then beyond that, you can obviously pull up your phone book, and you can dial numbers directly from the unit from here. We also electrically integrate this thing into your system. So we can actually show vehicle integration. This is key. Now you've got 37-inch tires on your truck. Those tires are expensive. If you have one go down, have a slow leak or you get a nail or something in it, you want to know about that so that you can take it to a tire shop and get it fixed. This will actually allow you to see the tire pressures individually on your vehicle.
How do you do that?
It's actually reading into the vehicle's OBD2 system. It's connected to that system, so it has full access to some of those data points.
So is that like extra or?
No, that's included with the system. Yeah, that's fully included with the installation. We do that with everyone. You can see your battery voltage on here. If you get a check engine light, a lot of my customers forget, they leave their gas cap off and they drive away from the gas station. A lot of vehicles, that'll throw a check engine code. You can actually reset that right here on the screen. So that'll save you about a $50 trip to the Jeep dealer to service that. You can also get to custom gauges. This is nice if you want to track your miles per gallon. You want to track a particular temperature, like your transmission temperature, your engine temperature, just to kind of see what's going on. It'll give you some of those features. And in certain vehicles, you even get parking assist control. This particular screen is really dedicated to showing some of those the two-way communication with the vehicle. As we mentioned, navigation, direct hard key for navigation. This has got a full iGo Primo navigation system in it, lots of data points built in. Now, in this system, especially a system that's similar to this, you're really going to want to be able to access the features you use most often quickly. And that's one of the things I like about this system the most. We call it the favorites button. That's the star button right there. So if I tap that, that gives me a one-page access to the things that I use the most. And I can set up to 8 pages of these. Most people like to do 1. So I'm Big Al, right? This is me. I've got my home address set up in here. I've got my shop. I've got my wife, Alberta. Kind of weird, right? Okay. Now I listen to 3 kinds of music: opera, Lionel Richie, PJR. Now you can have any kind of music in here you want, any kind of source in here you want. This thing's even got technology I built in. So this is my HDMI input. I pull that up, and now I've got my smartphone, which happens to be an iPhone, streaming digitally into this thing through the Lightning input. So if you want to do that, you can play video files or YouTube videos right on your screen, of course, while you're parked.
What doesn't it do?
It does everything. And the kitchen sink. So this particular one is actually for a GM truck, but would you like to see the one that's designed especially for your Jeep Wrangler?
Sure.
You know, this is one way I can show you. I've got this booklet, but let's show you on the actual box. It's almost life-size. Come this way.
Okay.
All right, Steve, so this is the exact system for your Jeep Wrangler.
Wow, that is my Jeep Wrangler dash.
That's your dash with a big, gigantic 9-inch screen.
Looks a lot better than what's in there right now.
Yeah, and like you see, it's completely restyled. So it's integrated. It's not just a a stuck-in deal. It's actually really legitimate. I mean, it looks good. It operates well. It's ready to go, and it's a complete plug-and-play system. You know, we can install this thing in a little over an hour for you.
Really?
Yeah, it's very quick.
I can drive that baby home today.
Oh, absolutely. We can do it today for you. We do this complete package with a backup camera for $3,000 installed.
3,000. Well, I've invested a lot in that truck already. It's not bad.
Ready to do it?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Thanks, Al.
All right. Thanks, Steve. We'll have your truck ready to go right away.
Cool. Great. I'm excited.
All right, Steve, we've got your system all installed. What do you think?
It looks amazing.
Looks awesome in there, doesn't it?
I can't believe it. It's a different car.
Really does. It really restyles the entire dash. So we're going to take you through some of the basic setup procedures. The first thing we want to do is pair your phone. So go ahead and grab your phone. You see you've got an iPhone there.
Yep.
Good choice. Go ahead and turn on your Bluetooth, and you should see a device on there called Alpine Navi.
Alpine Navi.
Go ahead and click that. Should have a pop-up window that says pair here in a second, and we'll see one on the screen that says the same thing. There you go.
Pair.
Okay. And now we're pairing to the system. Now you can see down here, it'll indicate we've got Bluetooth audio, streaming audio is connected, our hands-free is connected. We should see our battery status there as well as our signal status.
So it's already paired?
It's already paired, and it'll
That's
automatically
the
pair.
fastest pairing experience I've ever seen.
Isn't that easy? And every time you get back in the vehicle, it'll automatically repair for you.
Cool.
Okay, now as we talked about, here's your hard keys. So the hard keys kind of control the big functions, the most common functions, right? You've got your favorites function, which we'll go into in a second, your mute. This is also done on your steering wheel. Your steering wheel functions are integrated in here.
Oh,
as
the
well.
ones behind here, right?
Give them a try. Okay, there's your volume up and down.
Cool.
Yeah.
Striker.
So that shows you how those basic functions work. You can see your phone buttons over here. That pulls up your actual Bluetooth screen. Of course, your navigation does just like what you'd expect, and it pulls up your navigation screen. You just hit the accept button the first time you turn the car on, and there's your Navi. Since we're in Navi, I'll show you just basically what, you're going to go to the go-to screen. You can go find address, find places, or address book. Once you go and find address, you can just enter your address just like you normally would. Okay. Let's talk about the favorites. I'll show you quickly how to set up your favorites. So let's go ahead and add a favorite to this screen. So let's add an audio visual source, for example. We'll add HDMI to give you an example. So now you can see HDMI pops up on that screen, and it shows you that it's good to go. You can also set up a user 2 profile for your significant other, for example, and every time that person gets in the car, they'll have their own.
Can you name who the user is?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I'll show you how to do that. You just go into this, you go into setup, and we'll go into name. And let's go ahead and name this for you. And let's go into phone. We'll also link your Bluetooth phone to it. There's your iPhone 6. Okay. And we're good to go now. So now,
Cool.
Steve is in the setup. And once you're done, you can just hit OK. And there's your favorite screen. So those functions that you use the most often are very easy to set up with your favorites. So that pretty much covers your basics. We also talked about your backup camera as well, which actually, since we're in the favorite screen, you can access that directly through here. So there's your camera screen there, and you can see that every time you put that vehicle in reverse as well, it'll access that.
Great.
You have any questions?
No, man, this is much easier than I thought it was going to be.
It's a very simple system to use. I think you're going to love it.
Wow, awesome.
All right, great. Well, thanks a lot for your
thanks
business
a
at
lot
Big
again.
Al's.
Yeah,
And
thanks a lot, man.
have any questions, give us a call.
Will do.
Hi guys, I'm Steve Brown, aka Big Al, and thanks for watching our X009 WRA sales instructional video today. Now, the process that you've just seen is one that's proven by many of our successful 9-inch restylers all across the country. And it basically breaks down into 4 categories. It's greet, ask, show, and close. And you need to follow those 4 steps with each time a customer walks into your store. So let's talk about each one of those one by one. The first one, greet. Stand up, walk around the counter, make the customer feel welcome that they walked into your store. Give them a handshake, introduce yourself. These are very important steps because it breaks down that communication barrier, gets the conversation started. That leads us right into the ask phase. Very, very important. First of all, know what the customer drove into your parking lot. Go take a look at their vehicle. If you can't see it out your shop window, walk outside and take a look at it with the customer. Now, in the case of Steve, we found out that he drives a very nicely modified Jeep. Now, if you know anything about Jeep Wranglers, that's about $40,000 worth of modifications on top of the price of the vehicle that are on that Wrangler. So we know that he's certainly willing to spend money on his vehicle. Ask about what he does with it, the types of things he does, the types of roads he takes, the types of trips he goes on, because these are all things that'll key in next time we do the show phase. Now, the show phase, very important as well because you have to deliver it confidently. You need to be able to confidently and effectively demonstrate all of the major features of the 9-inch unit. However, you don't need to show every feature to every customer. In the case of Steve, we keyed on a few things that he talked about in the ask phase, which is, well, he likes to use his phone. He calls a lot of people and he needs navigation. He also talked about his backup camera, lack of a backup camera in fact, because he couldn't see out the back of his vehicle. These are all things that we brought into the conversation when we showed him the actual system. Finally, the close. You need to ask for the sale, and there's lots of tactics you can use to be able to get there. Talk about your store brand. Talk about the fact that you can install the system today. Talk about the fact that you're the expert and you've installed many systems in vehicles like his to make him feel confident. Don't be afraid of the price. It's okay that it's $3,000. Not every customer is going to go for it, and that's fine. The fact is, we know in the case of Steve, he's got the money, he's probably going to say yes, and we're going to get that sale. So hopefully these tips will help you sell 9-inch. Happy selling.